feeling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on a mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top, it's missing, the opposition in. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Cleveland Browns. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, orbit. Mike 50, Mike 50. Hey, defense, let's go.
Now Palmer to throw on 2nd down. It's Hill, complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Go! Six man. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Palmer. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Jackson on 1st down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
And the Saints, 1st down.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. They go play action now. Jackson eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Play action. Now Jackson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 43. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down inside the 30. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive.
No gain on the play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They go play action with Jackson, and he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Rashawn Gary in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. The catch made by Miller. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 15-yard line.
It's a gain of 20. And the Saints, first down.
They still playing soccer. Y'all playing.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 15-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Tight end's right. 3 down, 3 down. Hey, exit. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. You ain't got nothing. Ready?
On third down, Palmer. Looking downfield for Godwin. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again. Jackson. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now it's Palmer. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. Completes it to Miller. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
Let's go. Let's go.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Browns nothing.
Here we go. Took the elbow. There you go.
Play action. It's Jackson. Now he's forced out right, and it's incomplete.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Check nine, check nine.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
I'm glad we were paying attention during the rules seminar because we learned The only time you can't advance a fumble like that is in the last 2 minutes of either half.
Right. Other than that, if that ball's out, whether forward or backwards, it's live and free for anybody.
No doubt about it. When you say free, that means he's got free reign to pick it up and go. And that's exactly what happened there. Took it in for a touchdown.
Let's go.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Check 37. Kill.
This is Scarborough. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and set them down.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
Bullock good on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Smooth. Mike 56. Mike 56.
On 2nd down, here's Palmer. And he whips that one incomplete there. Offensively, might be thinking, what's going on here? 1 for their first 7 throwing the football.
So maybe they're thinking about rethinking their strategy a little bit right now with the way that they're throwing it around, not having that success. Might have to lean on the running game for a little while and see if they can get him back in form.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. To throw is Palmer. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th. Here's Ryan Quigley now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds, so no chance to bring it back, and they will spot it at the 24-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football, because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now they'll run it with Scarborough. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Bravo! Ready!
Out of the gun, Palmer. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
He's coming. Check him. I'm going to run you over. Hey, check back.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He's going to look deep down the field. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the rout is on here in this first half. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns' drive about to get started. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet.
They run. This is Scarborough. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
On 3rd and 1, it's Palmer. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th.
I'm coming after you. Hey, Charlie. Snap.
Well, here we go on 4th down. Palmer. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York. Right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. 164. Weak. Smoke, smoke. Mike's 50. And here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch twist. Watch the twist.
Now it's Palmer. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 21. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead. Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation. Or go 4 verticals because why not? Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they? Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find... It's caught at the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Off the play fake, Jackson. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way. From the gun on third down, Jackson flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
From the gun, Jackson. Dancing to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Williams loses the football. I'll call it luck or skill. Whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there. Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for. The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with second and very long. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
On the ready. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I'm not ready.
On third down, Samuel Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Steps away to his... And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it first. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Cameron Jordan make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
6-6, pull it high. Hey, Haywood.
Mike's 50. Who that? Hey, no, look, we got Mike 50, huh? I'm coming.
Hey, Foxtrot. They go.
Now Palmer. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Throwing is Palmer. Going deep for Hopkins. And that is incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. Deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They were making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
First down, New Orleans.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown as his guys continue to pour it on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup. And he's got a convoy, and he might be gone. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Bo Scarborough, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 26-yard line.
Hurry up.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The road to be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion.
In your face.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. He's got the first down here inside the 30. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 23 yards on the tuck and run. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Here's Jackson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Here's Palmer to throw. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Scarborough, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. And we're back now here in Cleveland. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Mike's 50. Man, I got you.
Now Palmer to throw on 2nd down. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Hey, lock it. Go.
Now Palmer on 3rd and long. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And this will be taken at the 13. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried.
That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 37 yards. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 16-yard touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. It has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
Here's Palmer. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Mike 50, Mike 50, Mike 50. Drop deep, drop deep.
They're going on 4th down. It's Palmer. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Look at me. Go, go.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Throwing now, Palmer on 1st down. This is hauled in by Deontay Burnett. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
On 3rd down, Palmer. And this is going to be incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held a team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Go.
56. Mike's 56.
5.
They'll try and throw for him with Palmer. And this is incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
You must be Jim.
Now a give, right side. Samuel. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Samuel. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw is Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Jackson throwing on fourth down, escaping the pressure right. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And this Browns defense stands tall.
15-9. Smooth.
On 1st and 10, it's Palmer. And my goodness, another interception. Monte Nicholson picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Touchdown, baby, let's go.
Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Bullock good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
The score, Saints 56, Browns 14. Randy Bullock set to kick off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again, and who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
To throw is Palmer. That'll be caught. It's Steven Sims. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now Palmer with a catch made by Hopkins. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Let's go. 32-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Trying to lay one up deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 40. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Target.
Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Jackson. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
Here we go. 15 on it. Get it roll. Rest. Yeah. 6. Mike 50. Check tight end. Check tight. Orbit. Hey, the Mike. 50's the Mike. You don't know no better. Mike's 50. Let's go.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Buying time to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's